Hi Virgo, thank you for joining me here. This is gonna be your in-depth reading. So if you're new to this channel, I start this reading by getting in tune with your major energy that coming to you, or you're already dealing with or will be dealing with, that kind of stuff. And then we are going to go deeper into the situation by using different kind of tarot deck. This is a free-flowing intuitive reading. To please take it as it resonates, and also if you like my energy, please do like, share, subscribe. That way, the other who might need to listen to this message, it can reach them. Okay, so let's see. So we got this is a very very nice I don't know. Okay, so we got the Lover, Emperor, and the Strength. So what I'm getting, Virgo, that you are something, this idea to open up to another perception, idea to really see the both side of the spectrum of any situation, idea of the listening to other person from there, as if like you are putting, from their own point of view, not putting your perception of that situation and projecting that onto them, but really listening and hearing and understanding from their perspective. This kind of bringing two different perspective, almost like a Libra like balance, and bring it together. And that concept, this idea, and it feels good in your heart, like you are, it's somehow when you feel like that, that means that you are kind of feel like that internally in your more intimate world. You want to open up, to differences, you want to open up to you know different way of looking at things. You want to expand your horizon of understanding by opening up, and it feels very good in your heart. It feels good because the Lovers, it feels like that you are, this acceptance, this opening up, prospect of opening up gives you a sense of like almost like you are falling in love with yourself. You know what I mean? It's like you are appreciating when this kind of thoughts come to your heart. When you feel this kind of urges, it feels like you feel like you are becoming a better version of yourself, and that makes you feel very very good in your bones, in your skin. Like there is like that kind of energy I'm getting. And with the Emperor, it's like antagonistic energy right here. What's happening? But there is, maybe you have some kind of past hurt or some kind of disappointment in past experiences. Something is telling you, your ego, your mind, your outer world, outer the way you hold yourself up and present to the world, that version is telling you to just do you, like be like, just like forget about integration. Like it's not about the forget about integration, it's like asking you to be more like do what you do the best. Like do not deviate from your focus, do not deviate from your purpose or something like that. Maybe in past, like like you may have to, like maybe you have gone through some kind of heartache, some kind of heartbreak or something like that, that made you, like all of a sudden, like not all of a sudden, over the period of few months or maybe years, you felt like that you need to be more definitive when it comes to how you channel your energy. You need to be very sure of who you are all the time and take action from that vantage point. Oh, this is who I am, so I should take this thing. If something doesn't line up with how you think, the way you are, and what kind of work and action represent who you are, if something deviates that, you feel nervous. But at the same time, in your heart, you are opening for that deviation, because you know that nothing, like who puts this two and two together. Like, okay, I am this alpha, like let's say I'm just giving you an example, I am this alpha character. That means every time I speak it has to be with power. Showing vulnerability, it's not acceptable. In showing, all the time I have to persuade other to come to my terms. That's the way alpha rules. So I have to fit into those action in order to be who I am. So is this really who you are, or is this you are given as some kind of toolkit of guideline, and you are following that guideline in order to be who you think that this action will make you, or action give this definition. So if you do this, then you will be designated as alpha person. That kind of linkage between definition and action kind of making you like, no, I need to do this in this way, because it comes from a little bit of fear of be more, like when you accept different idea, when you let yourself deviate, let yourself again get go into the wilderness of the knowledge and gain how you can transform from that. When that energy comes, that can create a lot of insecurity and fear of whether you can do it or not. And then it's the more fear strength, then then we focus more on this. Oh, this is the way I am, I cannot be focused, then we put this kind of blindfold around our eye and we become this tunnel vision to become this emperor. It's like then journey kind of doesn't matter anymore. Then it becomes this destination oriented goal that we kind of trying to go for. So there is that kind of energy I'm feeling like that you are going through, and these two are contradicting. And what is bringing this together, it's asking you to have strength. Not even asking you to have strength. There is a funny thing happen, not funny really, but it's like very transformative for me. So when I was getting ready for your reading, I was burning this sage, and then there is like a root in all these are leaves, and then there is in the middle there is like this thing, like a stem, a solid stem. So I burned it, and the smoke went out, and I feel like okay, it went off because it's all leaves are kind of ashed and all that. So I've tried to brush these ashes off, and but my every time I tried to do that, I was not looking at it, I was like doing it, I was looking at something else, and my hand started burning. I said, why my hand is burning? All the leaves are gone. It's not, there is no fire. But the fire is not in the leaves, fire is right in the center, in the stem. The stem was still lit, and it was not like fire making smoke, but it was lit. But I have to touch, and when I was touching, because I was not looking at it, it felt I was like feel the warmth, but I do not understand where it's coming from. I feel like this is the same thing. It's happening. It's asking you that you have the strength, you have the fire to do this. If you are feeling fearful because of some kind of past experience, and you feel like no, you have to be more tunnel vision in order to establish who you are, is asking you right in the center, because this is the lover. It's like coming straight to your heart, from your heart. It said right in your heart is where the strength is where the fire is. You may think that you don't have it. I thought that there is no fire, so I'm kind of okay, done with that, brushing off the ashes. And you feel like okay, there is no fire, it's done with, it gone with. If it is a love connection, if you feel a strong connection with someone, it's still, that connection is still there. So don't try to put it off before it's actually put off. So it's saying that the fire is right in the middle, Virgo. So this is the contradiction. Emperor came in the antagonistic position, so it's like contradicting you, so to put you back in the tunnel position. But it's saying that you can be what you want to do, what gives you happiness right in the middle, what gives you strength. That is where the fire lies. Okay, this, when I know I had to describe all this. So okay, so then let's get into animal spirit. This is beautiful, the way it's going. And I'm also feeling, because of the hummingbird, Virgo, it could be something related to something that really warms your heart. It could be a love connection, it could be any kind of love, it could be something just to your relation to yourself. You're going through a transformation within yourself. Not transformation, this is not major transformation or anything, it's just seeing things differently. But anyway, within this all these things, the hummingbird is there. I feel like at the same time you feel there is like this sense of optimism. There is a sense of feeling good. You are feeling good. You are like, there is like in your environment you are actually feeling good. Things are, not everything is harsh, not everything is like, when you are in a certain state that everything like feels like a struggle in life, everything feels like not truth. If everything feels like, oh damn fake thing, they are just BSing, what they know about reality, that kind of kind of submissive, that kind of rejective kind of energy can emanate. But I'm feeling like you are not in that state. I feel like you are actually very optimistic. You are enjoying your life. You are things are, you see things and you have the capability to appreciate that things rather than constantly being critical of it, negatively pull it down. You have that certain sense of positivity and optimism, and feeling good is also there. But at the same time, Cobra and reverse, there is like this, like, see the tug of war between Libra and Aries. Maybe you have, if you can check your north node or south node. Maybe your north node in is in is in Libra and your south node is in Aries. Like that kind of version, like transition is happening. At the same time, you are not really ready to, you don't know how to go through this, shredding this skin and be vulnerable again, how to be like, show yourself, like, Cobra, when a snake just open, like raise their, like upper body like that, it's like they're showing their power. And that takes, it takes a lot of courage and strength. Like, look at this strength. You have the power to show yourself. It's also very vulnerable, right? You are showing yourself totally. You are not just on the grass bending, you are just all of a sudden raising your energy and showing it, that kind of vulnerability. But you want to show that, but at the same time you feel a little timid, you feel a little not so confident to do that. You feel like that you don't have that to do this, but it's saying constantly in the middle of it, when you are not looking at it, it's the fire is still burning. And I feel like by the time as this energy moves, you are gonna be realizing this fire. Not because I told you have it, you have to realize it, you have to feel it in order to really truly accept it, right? So I feel like with the beaver, sometime in the middle as this energy flows, you are gonna really realize that strength. You are gonna really, like, I realized, like, touch it, my fingers started burning, like that kind of realization. Like, there is like a very material, sensational and visceral realization of what fire you hold. And look at this, the moment you realize it, awestruck, right? This animal is like awestruck, like, what did I see? Like, it's like almost like you are reinventing, you are like reimagining your power in such a way, and there is a validity in that imagination. And what do you do next? Fireflies, you just fly, you just go towards it with your light around it, you just go towards, you just hold that light, you catch that light, put it in your heart, and you just say, okay, let's go. And what's come next? Victory on Mariam. So you are like really pulling yourself out from this kind of, like the feeling of like something in past, some kind of constant what is that, disappointment, constant disappointment and kind of heartache put you back somewhere in the womb where you feel safe. And it's good, you are bringing out your own essence, but you are bringing out this own essence in relation to, like I gave that example, like alpha equals to what you need to do. There is a certain kind of bookish understanding of who you are becoming and who you are, and you are breaking that all the veils, and you are almost like pulling yourself out from that womb and really exposing yourself to the world of possibilities, to the world of really integrating what you can be. That kind of expansion is like, and it feels like a victory because it is led by your own fire, because the moment you realize that you have that, you are gonna go from there. Okay, so that's what we got in major energy. Now see what's going on in your, like, in detail. Look at this, Empress and the moon in reverse. Hold on. And we got Magician in reverse. All the major arcana, did you see that? And Page of Cups in reverse. Oh wow, oh wow. And then the Ace of Wands and Nine of Wands and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, Virgo. So what I'm seeing, that there is with the moon in reverse, I feel like you are right now where you are energetically. I feel like there is a tendency to, whenever you feel even this lover energy in your heart, in your emotional realm, you feel very good, but at the same time you don't want to feel it. At the same time, see again the archetype of understanding. This emperor mentality is telling you not to feel so much, not to get drowned again, because you started looking at your own feelings and emotion in a negative connotation, because you are kind of put yourself in the subject of emperor archetype, and that is not really working for you, because your heart is more of a collaborative archetype, not like emperor, go and conquer and call yourself a king. You are not that kind. You are more of a collaborative, you are more of a understanding, bring people together, not just a victory of a one person rather than a victory of a collective. That's the connection, that's where you get this kind of sense of satisfaction. But whenever your emotions start to get there, you are right now where you are kind of pushing it down, kind of negatively looking at your emotion. And the more you negatively look at your emotion, it gets more suppressed, it kind of creates a lot of fear, because right next to it, the emperor right there, but you have this, I'm getting that your strength is already, the fire is already lit, Virgo, because that fires, even though you don't touch it, just because I did not touch that, I did not feel it, but fire was there before even I felt that the fire was there. See, that is what's happening. Even though you don't realize completely that how much power you have right in the middle of your of your being, somehow your body realize that, your body understand that your body is not tensed, it's your mind that's stressing you out. Your body is perfectly fine. You're emotionally, you're confident. You are like, yeah, that's the way it is. I hold the world inside me. It's like I hold different perspective. I want, there is certain sense of comfortability that's coming from your, some part of your body, some part of your existence is telling you that you are already there. Like, why there is fear? You are already empress. You are already a combination of all these different feminine power. You are already the combination of that. So there is a certain sense of knowing, at the same time, because of this emperor archetype mentality, you are kind of pushing that knowing, kind of in a back burner the moment it come on surface in the form of emotion or feelings. You know what I mean? Then the magician in reverse is telling me that you are not, hold on, I feel like these two needs to go together. What I'm saying, Virgo, that you you don't, you are actually, you will be very surprised, you are kind of very slowly but steadily, you are kind of getting away from this mentality of like very focused, just everything else doesn't matter. It's like that kind of very tunnel vision focused the magician kind of embody here in this reading. And I feel like you are kind of getting away from that. Even though you are struggling, you feel like that you need to be this emperor, but you are already, kind of getting away from that. That's why you feel like you need to feel that force of emperor more, because you are kind of, it's like disengaging from this emperor kind of mentality already, because like that kind of focus tunnel vision. Okay, my project is everything, I don't want to care about all this other thing that I'm experiencing in this environment right now is goal oriented. That kind of mentality is already kind of not suiting you, because it doesn't give you the sense of inspiration, doesn't give you that what is beyond this goal, what is there. Like maybe I set a goal to go from A to B, but maybe my goal is maybe I can actually go to A to C, but in order to see that expansion between B and C, I need to be expansive, I need to be imaginative, I need to be thinking about, like I need to let my mind go and fetch that imagination, let that mind go and fly in the air and feel that inspiration. Because a page of cups in reverse, you're realizing, but already in like this kind of very focused mentality is kind of curbing or making you feel like much more reductive when it comes to your expansive mode. And it's also it doesn't, it doesn't inspire you, and you are like that's why you are kind of underneath sublime, you're kind of getting away from this emperor magician kind of energy. Look at this, you are like there is a lot of inspiration, you want to be inspired again, and like this lovers card is inspiring you. That aspect of opening up yourself to different perspective, that aspect is giving you a sense of inspiration, because it's giving you a sense of expansion of your own being, who you can be, what are the different versions that you still have to identify, discover, like go for a that kind of expansive Sagittarian energy. 9 of Wands, moon in Sagittarius. Look at this, like you are at the heart of it, you are motivated by this expansion. That's why the lover is right there in the heart, you are motivated by this expansion. So there is that kind of, and I feel like maybe you don't realize, if you're in the beginning of this energy right now, you don't realize that how much you are already committed to this expansion. With the 9 of Wands, it's like commitment right there. I'm gonna fight the fight, don't go easy, I'm gonna fight the fight. That's the 9 of Wand energy here. And it's like you are already committed to that. But what's happening, 9 of Swords, when it comes to communicating that, when it comes to really making yourself aware of what you are so committed to inside, it's creating a little problem there. Like okay, this is Knight of Swords is like, grab this truth, okay, I know this is my truth, and now go for it, grab this truth. So grabbing that truth is, that's where you are taking the time. But realize here, look at this, you are grabbing this truth, even though it's a little bit of delay between this and that, but the moment you're gonna grab this truth, you are gonna fly and fly and fly. You're not gonna stop, you're not gonna go back to Emperor energy, you're not gonna go back to Magician energy, you're not gonna go back to Page of Cups reverse energy. You are gonna go with this inspiration, Ace of Wands and the 9 of Wands, and be really dedicated. You are already dedicated at your emotional realm, but you are suppressing that, you are trying to pushing it away, because Emperor archetype is trying to demand your attention right now. But in the moment you're gonna break away from that, it's only forward movement, you're only gonna grab that knowledge and go for it. But right now there is a delay going on. Okay, all right, let's get another layer. Oh my god, oh my god. They're like, I cannot take all these. It's like 10 of them. Okay, please. Okay, Two of Swords in reverse. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, Virgo. Oh, Virgo. Cannot take all this. See, there is like all these things comes up, like there is a little. You are still in the not total clarity mode. Give me one. Don't give me much. That's fine. It's all about process. It's all about process. God, it's taking so much time. You can fast forward this shuffling. Look at that, sweetheart. Lovers again. Lovers again. Beautiful. World in reverse. Two of Cups wanted to come up, and Knight of Wands wanted to come up, but not on the deck. It did not come out completely, so I'm not gonna take, but I'm gonna keep that energy. This one came out. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and let's see what else we can get. Four of Cups and Hierophant. Okay, hold on. Okay, so what I'm getting, Virgo, that two of Swords in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse. I feel like you are gonna, as you go through this energy, you are gonna decide on. You are not gonna suppress your emotion anymore. You're gonna be very focused. You're gonna be focused because you led by this, and you're gonna be very decisive. You're gonna be decisive how to make a decision and how to follow that. You're gonna be, and look at this, the moment this Two of Swords in reverse, what's happened next is Lover. You are going to, you are calling for a closure with this emotional turmoil, feeling it but suppressing it, because of the Emperor archetype, and then when that thing gets solved, the first thing you do is where the our reading started. Lover, you go back to this, you start from this initiation of inspiration that has been brewing in your heart. You listen to your heart first. You go to, and because you already knew, look at this, it came right under Empress, right? Like I said, somehow your body, your some of alternative knowledge, not your brain but the other knowledge of your, we accumulate knowledge from a different way. All the other knowledge knew that you are the Empress. You knew that you cannot be just one way. You are much more expansive for just follow one way and just do it, like goal oriented, one way, one track mind. You are not like that. You are much more inclusive. You have much more to offer, and that you already knew that, but now you are absolutely solidifying that. Now you are absolutely solidifying this. With the World in reverse and the Magician, I am feeling like that you are also, hold on, there is a little bit of, you're gonna take a pause. You're gonna take a pause about how you don't wanna lose complete aspect of being focused. You don't want to lose the complete aspect of it. You want to be more of an inclusive. You want to be all this. You want to bring out different energy, but at the same time you are figuring it out how you can channel it without being narrow-minded, without being tunnel vision. You like that focus, you like that laser focus and concentration to bring something into reality. You like that aspect of Magician, but you do not like the other aspect of Magician, which is like very tunnel vision, like this way or that way, like just goal oriented kind of. You want to break away certain aspect of Magician, but you want to hold on to certain other aspect of the Magician. That's why you are not really calling it off completely. No, I'm not gonna be like that. You want to kind of incorporate this Magician and Emperor energy in a much more subtle and kind of as almost like as a secondary energy to support your empress energy, to support your lover energy. So there is like a that kind of negotiation going on. So you are like not completely being like you're trying to bring some kind of equilibrium here. And with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse right under the Page of Cups, what I'm seeing here, Virgo, Queen of Pentacles, which is like a Capricorn ink energy. Yeah, you are like, you feel like that why in before things did not, some people, like in recent past, what happened, you did not feel much more inspiration, like with the Page of Cup reverse, and you realizing this is because that you get too comfortable with too much of contentment without having to reach that state of contentment. You feel like what happened, you kind of told yourself that even if you have this much, you should be fine with it. So that word should be fine with you to kind of impose that contentment onto yourself rather than really feeling content from inside. Yeah, you can be content with a small amount. Not everybody needs, we don't need much amount. That's like a very consuming kind of consumer kind of reality that we build for ourselves. But like you can be content with the small, but that contentment should come from the heart, not you are telling yourself, oh Virgo, you should be content. If you're not content, what are you like that kind of, you have been very hard on yourself to be content with whatever you had, but your heart is expansive. So you are realizing that something, because too much of contentment, forced contentment, implied contentment, actually curve your inspiration and enthusiasm for creativity, curve your enthusiasm for your expansion of your own being. So you are understanding all these things are coming together. So after you realize that, after you truly embrace this lover energy, lot of self-structuring is going on in this period. And what's happening, this key kind of came in this way, and what's happening during that time, you are going to be very much focused on your emotion, which you are not now. If you are in the beginning of this energy, you are not, you are trying to suppress it. But with the Four of Cups, you are going to be very in tune with your energy. So after you embrace this lover energy, Virgo, you are going to go a little silent, little kind of hermit kind of mode, kind of very like mellow, because you are trying to understand, or not understand, you are trying to get aligned with your emotion in a very solid way, because you are listening lover card, because you are listening to your heart, and you are not listening to your mind like emperor, like that. You are listening to your heart. You are now guided by your heart. At the same time, you want to bring this kind of focus energy. So you want to bring some sense of masculine energy there, but mostly driven by feminine energy. So you are being very you're taking it slow, because what you are doing, you are challenging. Through this process, you are challenging your hierophant. You are really challenging your way of being right now. You are challenging this archetype system. Somehow you are challenging this, like, in order to be this, certain action needs to follow in order to be something. But action can be anything. You are trying to liquidify this bondage that society kind of put it together for you. So there is that kind of breaking away from some kind of belief, some kind of way of doing things, some kind of understanding of things. So there is like a new, and you are taking it slow, because it's not coming from mind oriented intellectual, it's coming from deep rooted feel based understanding. So you are taking it kind of very like going with it, feeling the waves and moving forward, not like just taking a cruise, just cross the, not feeling the wave at all. You are kind of moving with the waves, what I mean. Okay, let's get another layer. It's gonna be moon in reverse. Yeah. Two moon back to back, in between two of swords in reverse. Ten of Pentacles, Devil. Yeah, Capricornic energy. Queen of Pentacles is again Devil. Ten of Pentacles, your energy, Virgo. Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, and the King of Swords. Okay, Virgo, what I'm seeing here, that in order to really get into this lover's energy completely, to be embrace that, even you make this decision, what's happening, you are this gonna take a little bit longer, to really not suppress what you are feeling in the heart. You are fighting between heart and your how you need to be presented to the world. You are fighting between your ascendant and your moon. So there is it's gonna take some time to really embody what's in your heart, because that's where you are becoming truly yourself. With the Ten of Pentacles, you feel like this contentment. Before you tried to force contentment with Queen of Pentacles, but here you truly being content the moment you're going to embrace this lover energy, what's in your heart. But I think it's going to take some turmoil. It's not going to come very easy. So don't give up here. It's gonna take some time, okay? Because there's like a two moon in reverse, back to back, in between Two of Swords. So you make the decision no matter what. I'm just telling you, don't give up in the process, okay? Stay afoot. I'm just gonna get one more card for the moon in reverse. Look at this moon and sun in reverse. Yeah, see, you want to do it. You are so want to do it. This is the right thing to do. This is where your happiness lies. But there is this kind of bad, force, because you may have a lot of, in past, you followed your heart completely, blindly, and it really maybe, caused a lot of pain, and so you are kind of reluctant. So there is a reluctance coming off here. But the sun and moon together, it's like sun is trumping the moon, so it's gonna come, because Two of Swords in reverse, eventually you're gonna come out of it. But Two of Swords is like a moon in Libra card. It's like an indecision, and it takes a lot of tug of war to really come to this concrete decisive point. So it's gonna take some time here, okay? This delay gonna be, it's a little bit tug of war. It be based on how you take it. So you find your final contentment here the moment you accept that. And at the same time, you are trying to tame this masculine energy. You are trying to be also a little bit of focused and not really. So there is like a lot of work. You realize that you need to do a lot of work here. You need to be not like Seven of Wands. That's why, in past you are trying to do it like a more of a hard work rather than smart work. With the Devil here, you are realizing that you need to be more smart, how to integrate this thing rather than be hard at it. Like just, you need to be more using your passion, using your instinct more rather than your physical work. So that's what you are realizing it with the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Devil. And the Devil is not anything here. It's just all about bring out your intensity. And what you mean by intensity, bring out your passion, bring out your instinct, bring out your instinctual knowledge. And that way you can not gonna break your heart back, but you are gonna be more successful to bringing this masculine energy and kind of combining with your all this feminine energy that goes on going on here. And then the King of Swords, like it's what is going on when you go inside. Like I said, you are gonna take it slow. The more you take it slow, it's gonna show you the truth about your what is that called, your conditions. your societal conditions, that your belief or how you maneuver yourself. This again, this like this archetype of emperor archetype had been too much on you. Everybody has to be this one way of successful, like one success has been defined by this one term, like go and get it. That's not the only way of success. And actually, to be honest, to many people that's not even a success. Go and get it. It's like, so you are gonna take this time off, like not time off, like taking it's really like sensing all this thing, feeling all this thing through the process. The truth gonna come to you more profoundly. It's gonna show you the truth in such a crystal clear way that you have no doubt after that. You have no doubt after that what kind of conditioning you have been put yourself into, what kind of conditioning your family or your society, your community, your culture has put yourself into, and how can you break away from this conditioning so that you can really grow your heart desire and really grow from there. And you have all this strength and fire. You have the victory of Mariam. It's just a matter of bringing all this together. So right now I feel like for many of you guys are in the state of here where you kind of dwelling between this. So it's just a matter of this is the stage which gonna take most of your time. But once you go through this, don't rush it. Once you go through this, it's gonna be a whole different kind of experience. But you need to go through this also in order to feel this expansion. So Virgo, I hope you get something out of it, and I will talk to you next time. Okay, take care. Bye.